Meanwhile, oh wait, what was the question? Oh, here you see, no snow here, got snow here, so that's the objective. Keep that thing without snow on it. My old one, get ice on top of it and cover it up, so it was inefficient. And the reaction. Well, shoes. This is working out fairly well. The small door that was in here, I don't know. I like the fact that there's plenty of airflow. Uh, this could be shortened, something done here, but at least there's a hole here. And we moved the water tank over, and rearranged it so it's accessible. It was pointing into the corner. This window is awesome on it now. It takes up a lot of space, but really, I mean, it's thick. But the door is solid foam inside, so it's sturdy, plus the wooden frame goes all the way through. That makes it sturdy. And it's really nice to have this window in the summertime. Opening this window and let that air in is really awesome.
They set fire to the army barracks. So it's looked like this ever since the final hours of Culloden battle. And they left it as a kind of testament to, yeah, the sentiment at the time. And we've just left the cure.
So overall, I mean, recoated the deck, several coats of white paint, lowered this whole thing down. This stuff here is awesome. 2 layers, summertime. In the summertime, you can reach up here and it's cold. So 85 degrees, And the carport down here has no insulation. When it's 85 degrees out here, it's 130. Like put your hand right here, it's 130 degrees. And this one, it's 85 out here, it's 85 in here. And this is that little thin stuff. Not what I meant to do. That's one bad thing. Is I'd put the braces going this way instead of that way. I was trying to lighten the whole thing up, and I wasn't thinking. So the metal wants to dip in between. So I put these braces in to hold it up, and those braces, I'm going to put more braces right here to hold that up. So it's the same as having braces across. Oh well. This is kind of annoying. Oh, these are to try to chase the birds off. This works, sort of. I put this extra piece on here, plus that, to try to keep the steps dry. But when it rains, the wind blows it just enough that this step is always wet, and this step is wet to here. And it's dry up that way. Anyway, the foundation, I didn't put the foundation in properly, and this started to shift, and I noticed it was hard to open the door, and oddly enough, when I put extra foundation on here, somehow or another it shifted it back. I don't know how that works. There's a similar thing here where I didn't put near enough foundation here, and when this wall started to lean, of course 16 years later it moved an inch, and then in about 6 months it moved another inch, so 2 inches over. And so I went ahead and took a bunch of it out. I'm going to redo that as soon as in the spring when it warms up. But you just don't want that wall falling over on your power, or falling over at all. And deer or dog, let's see. Wow, hard to tell from here. Melted out too much, can't tell. The only problem now with this, see this a year ago, got this in, but you notice you can see how far it's leaning over. I need to call them and ask them if that matters or not. They can come out there and straighten it back out, I guess. I don't know. So the important is really the foundation is really important. Apparently, a whole lot more important than I thought. See, my original foundation, I actually put it down on this side about 12 inches. But some of the dirt's washed away, and even though when I put this extra piece in here, you can see this piece that I added on actually dropped dropped a quarter of an inch. So I'm doing my foundation wrong. I have to figure out how to do it right. What was the other question? Oh, this. Of course, around here, squirrels. I guess everywhere squirrels are a problem. As you can see, right here on the edges, where those little tree rats eating the plastic. And it seems like after, about 2 or 3 years, this plastic starts to oxidize a little on top. And somebody sent me a little thing about, damn, they're really getting in here underneath the plastic. Underneath the wire. They're pushing up underneath the wire and eating it. Dang, I'm gonna do something. Oh my God, those guys are so stupid. Eat plastic. God. Unbelievable. Anyway, so plastic is a couple of molecules off of margarine. So maybe they think it's margarine and can't believe it's not butter or something. I don't know. On the same token as, yeah, trying to fill this in. So I put these pipes in here. Got 3 drain pipes, and with wire so animals don't go up in there and try to make a nest. And I'm going to continue to cover this with rocks so that there's a good space beside here for all kinds of drainage. And this is this wall, you can see obviously, also is coming apart. So this part shifted and that part hasn't. So that's why he's doing this, to try to keep this intact. So anyway, I tried to fix the door because one of many reasons why you'd never buy a brand new mobile home is obviously $30,000. It's not worth 30. 10 maybe. So if you buy a used home at 10, then you go do all the repairs for 5, you got a home for 15 that's in better shape than a new one. So what they did is they had this piece of plastic was actually up here, so when you tried to close the door, it was still a 1/4 inch gap. Bugs were flying in there. So I pulled this off, trimmed it down, tacked it in there. At least the door shuts tight now. Got this. Keep the water off the door. Got this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. This is from, see the end? Those critters are trying to eat the aluminum too. Anyway, so I'm trying to, it's a walkboard that anyway. I had this originally, when I first moved in, I had this up here, and I'm not sure what to do with it. Thinking about taking this and put it top level right here, go from that door to about right here. I think it goes right here, and then put some steps right here. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Uh-oh. Looks like our raccoons were trying to get something to drink, and it too hard. The water's hard. Oh, here's an interesting fact. See, it's an open end on my drain, so the water comes out, and the barrels actually need to move this way a little bit, but they're full, so I can't move them. But the water, when it comes out, it'll splash right here, and then actually, literally, rolls over the edge and fills the barrel with the top on it. Of course, then some of it fills in here, and that's where the animals come and get a little drink. Now, I put this door in up here. That took a while to access the attic. But, oh gosh, this is cold. Well, it's cold, it's cold. Should have worn gloves, man. Because I thought that I was going to have to put, I was trying to do this so that I could access some wires up here and relocate something in there. And then just for the sake of access. And then also on this side, I intend to put a gable vent fan. So there's that. And if I had this to do over, oh man, I would do it differently. Well, for one thing, these are hinges that I already had, and what I would do is change it to like the door on the underneath the porch. The hinge actually sticks out, so it comes out this way. So this part of the hinge is out here. So when the door opens, it opens like so. Where this one, I had to leave a gap because when it opens into the gap. Dang, that's cold. Man, I wish I'd have got a couple more sets of those when I got those, because when I moved this, start over here. When I dropped the top of the porch roof down to match the house roof, I took that part out. I took a section out, and then I lowered this to get a greater angle going down, and when I did, this thing came back, and you can see that this used to be straight up and down, and now it's angled over, so it's back that way 6 inches. So where it used to drop right on the barrel, now it's dropping right behind it, unless it's pouring out and then it shoots right on top. And like I said, it rolls over the top edge of that and fills it up. It's water. Now this is a good idea. Should have done that a long time ago, where I put the extra piece of flashing and just put a couple screws and some silicone on there to protect our outlet. That's a piss poor design. That's just typical of mobile home though. It really is typical. Okay, so those hinges, if the hinges are like this, the hinges are like that, the door opens up without having the gap, and it closes, it has with no gap. Which I did this, this has this because, interesting story, this was, when I originally built it, just this frame. I had the frame with some screen on it, with just screen. Well, this is where I keep stuff like dog food and other sorted things in here. Well, there's that. The raccoons can smell it, and they come in here and just rip right through the screen like it was nothing. And even if these are on, I put bricks or whatever, they flip these things open, and you open this door and come up here, and the door is open. There's a couple of them sitting and they're eating. So I put stronger screen, and I put some of this on it, and they figured out how to get through that. Then they climb up the outside, and see, I've got screws in here now. They would push this over and pull it out and get in through here and just get in there with the door shut and locked. So I came through and put screws on all this, like screw right here, so they couldn't get in there. And then I finally figured out the only way to keep them out is to put this piece of metal across the top outside. So there's a piece of metal on here, and that's why it sticks out, and it's not flush with this because it wasn't designed that way. Anyway, so there's that. And you can see how thin that insulation is. It's like 1/4 of an inch. So two pieces of that, and that's like maybe $200. So to do that 6 by 12, $200 of insulation, well worth it. In the summertime, I can come out here and sit on that porch in the summer, no problem. Whereas it used to be, come out here and sit on the porch, it's like hotter in the shade than it was out in the direct sunlight. So that's not good. Got couple extra pieces of metal, and that metal gutter guard works really well. Okay, these vents I put up, put a screen on it so animals don't make a nest or get down in there and fall in there by accident. These other ones is the vent from the bathrooms, the bathroom vent, and you can see on the other photographs where I put stainless steel screen in the middle, and the way that it bends up and over, so water doesn't get in there, and it's a whole lot better than it was a 2-inch hole. It went from 3 inches to a 2-inch outlet, and now it goes from 3 inches to a 3-inch outlet, so works better. And then what happened? Here's my little holly tree that was about this big and bent over. Anyway, it was down yonder, and I dug it up and moved it up here, and that's been 6 years. So now it's growing up straight, and all I have to do is try to keep the stupid bugs off of it, because apparently there's a lot of bugs that like to eat it. So someday I'll have an actual full-grown holly tree up here. Now, what was the question? Well, part of it, when I dropped this roof, from the picture you can see this was a 1.5 foot over the roof, and it seemed like a good idea, except the wind blows through, and that's good, but when it rains, the rain was coming straight through here, and the whole porch was soaking wet. You couldn't stand on the porch. And even though I extended this an extra foot further out than what it was, when it rains, the rain still blows in here and hits the rail, and blows through there, so the top of the porch is still wet. So I'm not sure what to do about that. It's just on the wrong side of the house, I guess. Should have put the house in this way or something, I don't know. So if you're going to do this again, indeed, and that's only that part. Oh, I had to work on these things, the dang radiator, gas tank, the fuel pump, had to drop the fuel tank out, do twice, because I didn't tighten it up good enough the first time when it was leaking. Radiator, something else, truck down there, a bunch of this, that, and the other. I need to figure out, this used to be my front porch, and just need to figure out exactly how to deal with that. That whole front yard, I'm just not sure what to do over here. Got steps and a big walkboard and a porch. I don't know. The roof, there's a few things. Wow. Bunch of stuff fell down over there, didn't it? So anyway, lots of firewood out here. So why don't you have a stove? Why don't you have a fireplace? Why don't you have a rocket stove out here? That's a good question. If I was going to do this roof, now that I know, number one, hire some help to at least have a helper on the ground to hand stuff up. You need a battery, you need some screws, you need somebody's strong enough to lift up a piece of metal and set it up there to where you can get it. all that running up and down, climbing up and down, that's half the time. 2, I would put the gutter guard on before as I was putting the metal on. Because what I did is came back afterwards and then took the screws out along the edge, lifted the metal up, shoved the gutter guard in, and put it in, put the screws back in. So if you were going along and put your gutter guard in, lay your metal down, screw it down, you're done, all the way down. So at this point, of course, now you see what happens. The attic vents had to go away because they're too big and there's something. There's no way to guarantee they don't leak, so they had to go away. That's why he's talking about the attic vent here, the gable vent. And I have, see, this house is in 3 sections. So I have 3 indoor-outdoor temperature gauges. And you can see the section, here's a section here, and a section there. So there's 1, 2, 3. So the attic is actually separated, is actually divided in 3 pieces with little, in between there's little block holes there for the air to supposedly flow. So I'm tracking the temperature in 1, 2, 3, and we've already seen that the insulation is less than what it should be. It's a whole lot better than nothing. It's pretty good actually. It's pretty good insulation, but could be better. But what's going to matter is, in the summer, is it going to be so hot that you need a fan, or is it going to be, because I have light colored metal, is it going to reflect enough that it's not going to get it hot? Or if it's going to be hot, then if I put one fan in this end and turn that on, is that going to pull enough air out through the whole thing? And if not, then I need to put a fan, so I can see as we go what actually is needed there. And you see that right back there in that tree? I don't know what that is. The big glob, and you get your binoculars out there and you look, and it's slick. It's smooth on the outside, and as far as the way, that sucker's got to be like this big. So I don't know what that is. Probably, I haven't seen any squirrels running back and forth out there though. Does that cover most of it? I think that covers most of it. Oh, here's what he did. Trimmed this tree, went down there. Where is that tree? Right down there. I shimmied up a tree about halfway up. Oh, he shimmied up a tree with a saw in hand and cut a big couple branches off of that, trimmed some trees, trimmed these branches all the way up to here, trimmed these branches off so that these evergreens can get some sunlight and grow, because this guy's getting ready to fall over, and I don't know what that guy's doing. Doesn't have much shade. So these are good for 4 or 5 years from now. There'll be some summertime shade over here, and that helps a lot on your cooling bill. Oh, then there's the light. You see under here. I didn't like the idea that floodlight, you walk up here and a floodlight can fit right in your face. So that's just a yellow light, a bug light, and I've got a floodlight underneath the steps so that this whole area floods out. So that works better. Put 1/4" screen in here and down here. Rock guard, protect my new radiator.